December. December. All right, I would like to reopen the hearing for file 2023-26. A request for a 12-lot subdivision on behalf of Integrity Buildings and Construction. A quorum of the commission is present, and I will now ask all commissioners to disclose any ex parte contacts, conflicts of interest, and bias in this matter. Let me start with you, Kate.
I have none.
Thank you.
I have none. I have none.
And Chair, I have none too. The public hearing and record has been closed, and the planning commission will now deliberate and render a decision on the request. Prior to deliberation, does the staff have any information for the planning commission?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You've been provided information into the record before it was closed from staff in response to the Nolan Dolan, and then the applicant's final argument and rebuttal. That information is online. There's one last item that we have, and really it was the nature of the continuance related to condition number 25. Our staff, engineers, and the applicant's team work together on that condition and the water line layout. And with their acknowledgement before planning commission, in the findings, we have an amendment that we would like to provide for condition 25, and a recommendation of approval that be included, or recommendation that be included in the final, and a recommendation for approval for the subdivision. So I'll read that as written, which we recommend being included in your findings, and we'll let the applicant agree on the record to make sure that fits and they're in agreement with that condition as presented. So condition 25, which was the issue left to be decided before the planning commission, was related to the water line extensions, and as amended, we recommend that this states that a water main extension shall comply with Public Works and Engineering Standards Annexation Agreement Ordinance 2074, the recommendations of the water system plan, and unless otherwise permitted by the city's engineer, shall include a 440-foot installation of an 8-inch water line in Henderson Drive extended from the northern property boundary of tax lot 1403 and connected to the 24-inch water transmission main in Belmont Road. Second, to the extent practical, as determined by the city's engineer and public works director, a 100-foot extension of 8-inch water line west along Belmont Drive from the 8-inch Henderson Drive water line connection to the western property line of lot 1. And this lot 1 is depicted as the lot layout and composite site plan sheet C 2.0 prepared by Klein and Associates dated July 2023. And finally, a 210-foot installation of 8-inch water line extension from Henderson Drive water main connection to the western limits of tax lot 1403 within the TIA B right away. Note, this is a little different than the configuration you saw before. The proposed subdivision improvements are evaluated to consider only the adequate water supply of the Talanashi subdivision, tax lot 1403, and due to the proposed configuration and some of these differences in pressure zones, cross connections to the development on TL, tax lot 1300 and tax lot 1002 may not be possible, requiring additional improvements on these parcels to achieve their own loop systems as required by the annexation agreement. So, yeah. For the record, I just want to get a quick acknowledgement from applicant's team.
For the record, King Norton Battalion, attorney with Schwab, Williamson and Wyatt on behalf of IBC. We concur with the proposed condition as amended. Thank you.
So with that, we have a recommendation for approval of file number 2023-26. I'm ready for your deliberation, here for whatever you all need.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, so Kate, just to get you up to speed, because I have a diagram that I looked at here, and essentially what we're talking about is putting one line off the 24-inch main that is on Belmont straight north along the new Henderson Drive, and then on one branch that goes out along TIA B Road to the end of that road. So essentially, to be clear, we'll have the 3 dead ends, one going north, one going on Montia, and then another one that is in Belmont, that'll go to the edge, the western edge of the property line. So that makes sense, Kate?
Yes, thank you. And can I also just say for my fellow commissioners that are on the dais, if you could make sure you speak into the microphones from Zoom, it's a little difficult to hear unless you're like talking straight into the microphone. But yes, that makes sense. And that's exactly, I'm glad to hear this because it resolves a lot of things that I think were in my notes.
Any other questions?
I don't have any. No questions, no.
So outside of the water distribution, we're now in deliberation to approve this this entire subdivision request. Any other questions or issues that you want to raise on the rest of the application?
I have none. I have none.
I also have none.
Okay, with that, then I would entertain a motion to approve this.
I'll make a motion that we approve file number 2023-26. With the amended condition number 25 that you can hear in front of me and staff has. Read out loud.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second that.
All right, so we have a motion to approve as presented, along with a new approval, a new condition number 25 as just read out. All in favor? With you, Kate.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Chair votes aye, the motion passes. All right. Thank you, folks. Appreciate your willingness to work on this with the city. So glad we can come up with a resolution. Thanks for your time. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you,
All right,
Mr. Chair.
with that,
I think we're gonna be wrapped for 2023. We are working with DLCD on a code audit. We'll come back in the new year and be share some information on the code audit with you all.
Can you give us a status update, where we are on it? We're gonna hire a
We will use, we intend to use a DLC pre-qualified consultant. They will actually be, we're a grant recipient, so the state will be paying for the first part of the audit.
Okay.
And then we will work to a second phase, which actually will include, we anticipate real amendments. So at first, we'll be back with the time frame and opportunities and project scope, which is being worked on right now with the state. So.
Okay.
all right, with that, meeting adjourned at 5:40. Good, yeah. Thanks, Kate. Thanks,
Okay,
Sean.
thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks.
Record speed. Good job, Chair.